What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I am back at it finally. Had a lot going on recently. Haven't been out filming recently, so here we are today along the Iowa River. Looks pretty looks a little shallow on this side. We may walk over to the other side at some point, but let's just try under this bridge and around this bridge and see if we can't catch anything. Let's do it. Back in the floods of 2008, the water came up to here. That's crazy. It's a little bit lower now. We'll walk over here below where there should be rapids, although something just hit the surface right there. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a goldeye. Caught one yesterday here. Really nice one. I have a short video on it if you want to look back at it, but first one I'd ever caught, and a bunch of people commented that they had never seen goldeye around here. And yeah, I looked it up on the DNR website, and sure enough, this stretch of river does not have goldeye, at least according to the DNR. So that's a little weird. Don't know how they got up here with no water around, but yeah, the last time I was here was in the spring, maybe January or February, and this was completely underwater at that time, and I snagged a bunch of fish right over here unintentionally, but did make a little video. It's legal here to catch fish by snagging, at least the species I was catching, but today let's try not to snag anything. Let's catch them in the mouth. Let's see what we can find. Still got this 1/16 ounce jig head on here. And I was also catching some nice crappie right in here too. Let's see if they are still down here wanting the same thing. And it's pretty beautiful for the middle of November. I got something. Is that a crappie? That's a crappie. It's big. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice crappie there. So the crappie are still down in there. Ooh, that's a nice one. Little slab crappie there. Beautiful. Not keeping any today, but we may think about doing it eventually. Alright, well, they're not biting real readily, but they're around. So maybe we'll have to experiment with a few different things, maybe a few different colors of jigs. Well, we'll see. Let's float this through. I only have one of these bodies, so once it gets mangled enough, I'm gonna have to change anyways. Is that a fish? Yeah, that is a fish. What do we got here? Is that a smallie? Looks like a smallie. Heck yes. Oh yes, sir. Smallie. Good old Iowa River smallie here. Roughly about the size I always catch out of this river. Just a small little dude, but still smallmouth bass. Hopefully number one. Let's catch a few more of those. Get bigger. We'll see how that goes. There we go. Man, that was bigger. It was fighting really good at first. I don't know what we got here. It's fighting really well though. What do we got? Drum? Yeah. I haven't caught a drum in a while. Here's a little freshwater drum though. Absolutely crushed it. But sweet. Hey, buddy. Okay. Okay. I know you want it, but you're not going to get him. There we go. All right. Well, species number 3, off he goes. Let's go up there a little bit, kind of where the where it's not moving so much, but right next to where it's moving pretty good. That could be a good spot. There's something. Might be another smallie. Oh yeah, it is another smallie. A small smallie. Cool. All right, look at this guy. Very pretty, very pretty. Let's get him back in. There's still things hitting the surface over there. They're very small though. I wonder what they are. You know, I may have to bring the boat down here. Here's another something or other. That might be a little bit bigger, smallie. Well, depends on who you ask, but there's another smallie. Probably not bigger, so about roughly the same size. Yeah, maybe a little bit bigger. Beautiful smallie. Definitely one of my favorite fish, so love getting on them even if they're that size. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, there seem to be a ton of little smallmouth right where this water is changing to slack water, right where they should be, honestly. There we go. Now, found the crappie again. That's not a big one, but we'll take them. Yeah, definitely not as big as that first one we caught, but definitely like a keeper. But yeah, they're definitely still down in here. Maybe a couple more casts down there. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a decent one. Yeah, maybe not decent, but another crappie. Cool. Next time I come down here, definitely gonna bring the bucket. All right, one more cast out here. That hit pretty good. That's another crappie. Crappie on the snap jig. Yeah, another decent crappie though. Another decent one. Cool. All right, just a few more casts around the moving water here. Okay, let's see what we can find over here again. Spend about 10 minutes here, and then we're out of here. There's something. It's another crappie. Well, the white curly tail and the chartreuse curly tail grub by Yum has been working very well for me on the crappie today. There we go. That's a better smallie. Definitely a nice smallmouth bass right there. Probably the biggest one we've caught today, and that's for sure. But beauty. Something maybe a little bit better. That's another smallie. That's a pretty one though. Alright, well, these guys have been biting readily today. Nothing really big, but can't go wrong with that. There we go, there's something. Another, that might be an even better smallie. Yeah, there we go. That might be the biggest one of the day. Probably about a pound there. Nice little smallie out of this river. I think that's going to do it for me too. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. Great little afternoon session today. I got on a bunch of different species, I think 3. Bunch of smallmouth, a nice little crappie there at the beginning, and then that drum. All in all, a very decent day out here on the river. I got a few days off coming up, so hopefully I'll be getting out here a lot more. Hopefully we'll catch some bigger stuff, but anytime I can get out and film is a good day for me. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching as always. See you on the next one. Peace.